That's basically what we do. We're going to have also some other technical sessions and engagements. We are planning to have a hackathon for those ones who are interested in hackathon since we're in Oktoberfest. And and I would like to encourage everyone here to actually follow us on the social medias. This is not supposed to be my call. GDG MOOC, basically on Twitter, and then on LinkedIn. It's this is actually being shared right now. You could just go there. Partners who have actually come through and has made sure that this event goes into a success. But we shall also have further engagements for those ones who are interested, really, maybe to visit Entebbe itself, maybe visit all these places that you're actually interested in, because that's what you believe in. It's not just about us sitting on our laptops doing stuff, but it's actually getting to know what happens in the real world, and we get to embrace that, and then we connect, learn, and embrace what's actually available for us. The opportunities could be internships, it could be different things really around there. So everybody is just a community, and they will introduce themselves. We have some members around, and yeah, I want to welcome you guys to this. And if you could actually show up every day when you have an event, so just have some upcoming events and just follow through if you're part of the WhatsApp community. And at this point in time, allow me invite everybody's partner and lead, who is going to introduce us what they are, how you guys can actually get to benefit from them, and then also maybe join them. It's not really late; you can still join, and then we see how you can actually introduce the next speaker. Thank you so much. So Halima, please come through. So just going to do a small introduction about Halima. Yes, Halima happens to be Halima happens to be a former GDSC lead. Back then it was called GDSC. That's 2 years back, right? 2022.
2021, 2022.
Yes. And Halima is, I think she inspires a lot of people around. Actually, most ladies in tech, I guess. And she's now part of this community. So I wanted to make sure that she feels home and she feels safe here. So having gone through the entire club cycle, so we're also coming in through and see how we can actually benefit as club members. I hope everyone here is a club member. If you're not, please you look out for the community manager. She'll sign you up, and then we have a GDG event platform so that you actually get to see what's happening. Thank you, Halima. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Afro Boy. Thank you so much, Ronnie. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. My name is Halima. Good morning, everyone. Hi, people on your phone. Hi, people on your laptops. How are you? Just requesting for a couple of minutes of your time. Yeah. My name is Halima Bukira. I am software engineer. I graduated this year from this mighty institution for my career. That was 2021 to 2022. Then I am also a data scientist. I work at DFCU Bank as a data scientist. What else? I am a lead for Aero Buddies, a community of aviation enthusiasts. If you're here and you love aviation, this is the community for you. It was actually birthed right here in Makerere University. With a couple of friends that we studied together in software engineering, we decided to come. In fact, it was an inspiration from GDSC. There was something about tech, but there was nothing about aviation. And aviation has to be talked about because we have dreams and they need to be, boosted and all. So we decided to come up with Aero Buddies, a community of aviation enthusiasts dedicated to helping everyone. If you're here and you have a dream to work in an aviation industry, you want to become a pilot, you want to become an aeronautical engineer, you want to become an aviation doctor, you want to do marketing in aviation, you want to be a tech person in aviation, every field is applicable in the aviation industry. We want to come alongside you to help you realize those dreams. And how do we do that? We have activities that we run. We have meetups. We have monthly meetups, and this happens to be one of those meetups that we have. So every first Saturday of the month, that's when we meet. So we meet this year. We're focusing on providing information about the careers. We talked about aviation medicine. We talked about cabin crew. We talked about what else did we talk about? We talked about so many career paths. And today we are here to talk about tech in aviation. What tech opportunities are available in the aviation industry? And we are all tech people. I am a tech person, and I also want to know the tech opportunities that are available in aviation. And when we have these meetups, we invite industry practitioners, people that are already in the industry, to come and share with us. How did they do it? What are their stories? What are the challenges they go through? What challenges did they even actually go through before they, realize these opportunities, these are dreams, and also get to be mentored by them? And so today, 3 of them will be sharing with us those tech opportunities. They'll be sharing with us their stories in aviation from tech, because they're tech people, but in the aviation industry. And so basically, our vision as Aero Buddies is to help you, is to inspire and empower the next generation to pursue their aviation dreams and soar to new heights. So I talked about meetups that we have. We have career guidance sessions. We go to school. Was it 2 months ago? We went to Gayaza and inspired the girls there. And oh my God, they were on fire. We had over 80 girls standing out to be part of Aero Buddies. Really amazing. And so we also do educational trips. We want to do trips too. We had one to, was it Bar Aviation? We had one to Bar Aviation. We went and toured the entire facility, their airside. We engaged with students there. It's really amazing. And then we also have scenic flights. We plan to have scenic flights at least twice a year to give an experience of what it means to be up there in the sky. Yeah. So if you want to fly and you want to know what it feels like to be up, we have those scenic flights and opportunities for you to be to fly. And then we also have mentorship programs. We are working on a partnership with another organization that wants to offer mentorship opportunities to people in aviation. It is a company in South Africa. Actually, work in South Africa and the UK, and they want to offer mentorship opportunities to young people with dreams in aviation. And so we want to hold your hand and help you through as you pursue these. And our values are faith. We believe that these dreams have been given to us by God, and it's only God that can help us realize these dreams. So we believe in God. We believe that with a vision, people have direction. So do you have a vision for your career? Do you have a vision for your life? Where do you want to be after these 4 years of software engineering? Where do you want to be after those 4 years of mechanical engineering? Where do you see yourself? Do you have a vision for your life? And then the other is community. We believe that together we can achieve more. Together we can work together to attain success. Individually, we cannot go very far. It's not sustainable. So with community like this, with GDSC, with Aero Buddies, together we can attain those dreams. And also, if you're doing something that you do not love, I don't think you're really getting fulfilled, are you? So you need to do something that you love. We believe one of our values is love, doing something that you love. That's why we decided to team up. Aero Buddies, we love aviation. We want to see ourselves, pursuing those careers and help other people on that path as well. So love what you do and do what you love. And then the other thing is integrity. That's one of the values that our nation lacks a lot. We need to be young people that have integrity. Is our social media platforms. Then we have a doctor. We have a doctor. She's a doctor and she wants to become a pilot. She's on our team. She's called Gloria. She's called Gloria, and Gloria works with our events, planning them and all those things. Money, that's Gloria for you. Yes, that's it about our team. That's our core team. And then we have the general community. We have a WhatsApp group that we started, I think, we started active, vigorous involvement this year, and we have about 90 something people on that platform. Yeah, so this has people from everywhere, literally students from everywhere. Yeah, and we are growing. Follow us. And then on LinkedIn, we are Everybody's Aviation Community. And then we also have a Medium page called Everybody's. So you can go there. She's online. It's done by Liz. She does all the documentation to make sure that in case you've missed a session, you can always go back to our platform to read through the things that transpired. What did they talk about? How can I become an aeronautical engineer? How much does it cost? Who are the people that I can talk to? All those different things. So that is it about Aero Buddies. And in case you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to any of us. Bree is right there in the corner. Sammy is there. Derek is here. I am here. Feel free to reach out to us, and we are very, very happy.
So good morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
Ngobi Derek is my name. I work with Uganda Airlines in the ground operations. So I just want to give a brief overview about Uganda Airlines. So Uganda Airlines is a company. We own 6 aircraft, 4 CRJs, and 2 Airbuses, A330-800 Neo. So those have different seating configurations. The CRJs are narrow body, short haul aircraft. They have a seating capacity of 12 in business, 64 in economy. And the Airbus, it sits 20 in business, 28 in premium, and 210 in economy. So, for those who are not familiar, this is just airline stuff. It's really not necessary, but to give of the airline. So we fly to currently 14 destinations around East Africa, South Africa, West Africa now, and then we have 2 flights getting out of Africa. That's Dubai and Mumbai. So for those who want to fly with us, we have other destinations also coming up, including London and China. Yeah. Now, to give you a thing like for the community here, Uganda Airlines has different departments. We have, I could name a few: OCC, Operations Control Center. We have IT. We have HR. We have commercial. We have ground operations. Yeah. So among all those departments, we have different opportunities that we can tap into. For example, I'll give an example for commercial. We have software that we're using for ticketing, software that we're using for the call center. I think you guys know about these things, of course. We have operations control. We have scheduling software for cabin crew and flight deck crew. We have software for generally communication internally in the department, and then ground operations for timings and all those other things. So it's there are so many ideas that we can build on in aviation. So I wanted to break down things we can tap into. So we have flight control systems and avionics software. You guys, I'm sure, know about things. Avionics is like, what do you call it? Like electronics, but for aviation. So we the picture that was here earlier, I wanted to show you inside an aircraft that most of you guys have never seen. There's a whole, like half this building inside an aircraft that has electronics. You can walk in, the tallest person here can walk inside there. It's like a house full of those things. So we have those things were
saying, no, I just froze because I wasn't expecting that. I had a bad day. No, I had a bad day, and that was like good news. But it doesn't just come with immediately, because I had been praying. Catholic, so I had been praying the rosary quite some time. I was like, God, please help me with this problem. Yeah, then I got into it. So when I joined, I had several talks with the head of IT. Told him what I believe I should be doing wrong. He told me also what I should be doing. So, alone the agenda. This is now the actual part. So we came to census. We synced. It's both synced. Work and what I'm supposed to do. So I first do the normal IT work, the usual. Deploying new features, troubleshooting both software and hardware problems, and then that is the usual, because that one I've been doing it. I've got about 2 years of experience doing it. So usually when you use it's an issue. My mind starts running with different possible solutions. I move to where that is because it's something I was trained to do. So I was very trained. And then actually did that. So there are quite a number of opportunities for if my previous talk just to what you want to make it, you can join the organization which is it's possible. It's possible. There are quite a number of players in the aviation sector. IT is a department that runs across different organizations. The aviation sector. When the airlines, there is aviation schools, and there should be small companies doing cargo, then a small aircraft, a small companies. Also, you should have the target is in there. Because they are not having positions, then that doesn't mean we should be frustrated. The aviation sector has different guys. Uganda Airlines, there are those ones who have been there before. There's air cargo, operation in Uganda, different guys. So all those different players with the aviation sector have quite a number of opportunities. They use software for most of their work, and this software that they use, most cases is outsourced, because what I've come to realize, most departments identify a software like this and find out how much it costs. They experiment it in their own, and the development guys, the developers, the software guys, and actually come up with customize it, develop it on site, not for an organization. So a business analyst is able to collect user requirements and identify what particular department needs to do, what software they would like to use, and then they can give that information to a software developer, and a software developer will then analyze it and be able to put it in actual practice. So what happens now, because Arthur is also new, it's not so, he didn't start when the airline started. So I think before him, they started using outsourced software, everything. Because there are guys who make software for commercial use. The software, any company can use it, just customize it for your needs. But then that kills software law. Because if you just have a software that can do everything, then you just customize a bit, whether the names, you change it, brand it, you wear it, others. That kills software law. Look out for. So when opportunities come through, you should be able to send through your applications. I have just a couple of areas that automation may be able to work in. For now, like in Uganda Airlines, you can think in line of customer service and ticketing. That's an area that you can do further your research. Of course, we already have systems that we're using, but you can think of something that we don't have. Customer service and ticketing, that's online booking and checking, self-service kiosks, and then customer support chatbots. That's an area. Then you can look at flight operations. What software would you like to develop in line with flight operations? You talked about flight scheduling, and then baggage handling. Baggage is like luggage. Think further. What can you do on baggage handling? And also look at maintenance and engineering. I think here you talked about predictive maintenance. You can use Internet of Things, sensors. Think in that line. Then you can also look at how do you develop software to automate some practices in the finance, back office operations, and then marketing and customer engagement. Those are areas when you're developing, because when you're developing security and access control, so you can think of solutions, not basically software only. There should be several solutions that you can think line of. So that's just a brief from me. My normal day-to-day work, I've run through what I do. So for now, I receive queries from staff. They let me know what processes they are doing and they would like to automate, and then I come up with solutions. Right now, I'm alone in that office. With expansion, there should be more recruitment. So one man can't have all the ideas. Maybe my ideas may not be the best. So I think when the airline keeps expanding, we shall have more recruitment going on. That's short. Thank you so much.
There isn't anyone in us, picturing people as I saw 1 year, 2 years down the road with the airlines, just like fires. I think it's a story good enough to motivate us to write more. And we may not even wait. We can. It's when we can have all the questions come through. And let's in the interest of time, since we are running chap. In the meantime, I'm going to request us a bit to stand up.
Allow me to invite Arthur. Arthur is part of the tech team at Uganda Airlines as well. They work closely with Hires. So let's put our hands together for Arthur. And please give him all your attention. Please give him all your attention.
Yeah, hello. Let me just take a seat because it's been a long day. Yeah. Do you have any Python developers here? How many? Only 6. Okay. 2? 3? Okay, being GDG, I expected a bit more. Cloud? Any cloud architects or cloud engineers?
Yes.
Okay. Data scientists? Android developers? So what do you guys do? JavaScript? Project managers, Scrum Master. What about people who are interested in the use of Linux as an operating system? Okay, at least now we are getting to common ground. Because from Linux to system administration is a small leap, or even to managing website servers, that's a small leap. So my name is Arthur. I'm a Python developer. The airline I'm working as the official role is e-commerce developer. That's because they just that's difficult in justifying software development. Yeah, so like, let us call this guy e-commerce. Yeah, the guys are going to be like, yeah, e-commerce, yes. So I studied information systems in Jambogo. Class I think of 2015 to 2018. Yeah. So my path into people do software engineering, the guys do computer science, etc. Yeah, and I think some of them in MOOCs sit in this building, right? Or I'm mistaken. But that's not the only path, yeah? It's the other building. Yeah. That's the only path, that's not the only path into software. I began properly writing code adapt. This is like out of S6 Spark. Yeah. And then the new guy who does cybersecurity is like, man, I started after S4. I'm like, fine. Very delayed. So basically, okay, this chair seems to be. Yeah, it's leaning back. It's leaning back, yes. It's a bit weak. So I'm sitting simply because my sleep pattern is weird. Yeah, I was up by like 4 a.m. Now, sometimes it's because I'm writing code at 4 a.m. I begin at 2 and go to 4, then go back to bed, then go to work. So my day began quite early, as I don't have the energy to stand. Yes, so my part was, Aptex. Then I went to Jambogo, did a bachelor's degree after like 6 months at Aptex. But I began working as early as, S6 back. By the time I was entering campus, I had like my first job. And by then I was just doing site administration, putting up websites, Joomla, WordPress, then dive into PHP. By the time I was finishing campus, I was now looking at Laravel. But what was most interesting was APIs, and payment integration. So that's part of what my professional roles have been. But you see, that was my first program, website admin. So that was like after S6 back. That was my first job. Because by that time I'd finished like my first semester. And when you finish, like class, okay, depending on how you get there, they can let you skip things like Microsoft Word, Excel, and start writing from C. Yeah, so me, I started from C. Day one, see what's a compiler. How do I compile some code in C, right? And very quickly, once you understand the compile code, you can now learn literally off the internet. And then you find things like JavaScript, which you don't really need to compile, you can write right there. So that was part of my journey. Then from by the time I'm finishing campus, Andela was hiring. Those guys had like 20 days a month. So as I wrote my last paper, I was like, now it's time to apply. So I applied. Yeah, before I graduated. Took me like 6 months to get in. But like 6 months of boot camp with Andela. Like, the things I learned in a year, like the last 3 years, I've never even seen those things in campus. So even work. Like, it was 1 year that was hectic, but I learned so much. Yeah. Finally got in about 1 month before I graduated. So by the time I graduated, literally, I woke up, went to my graduation. That's why my parents wanted me to come. Like, I'm child number 9. Something you've not seen before, right? So I went to uni, put on the cape, took my pictures, took them off. By lunchtime, I was in office. And then I was expecting to see, like, honestly, can you imagine? And a building with like, 30 new deals every month, right? These guys are like in 3rd year, 4th year. Everyone gets a MacBook. I saw that place once and I'm like, everyone gets a MacBook. Guys, I'm applying tomorrow. You don't need to tell me anymore. I'm applying tomorrow. So I moved to Andela, and that's when, like, like, you can be doing software, writing code. they are professional standards. And often these standards, we do not find them in class. If you're in GDG, probably in the right place, right? Because I'm going to tell you more about cloud and give you access to things like, they used to call it the quick books of quick, what we now became cloud books. Yeah, cloud, yeah. And you're going to get access, try out some of these things in the lab, and like get a real feel. Like, what does it take for me to create a virtual machine? What does it take for me to run like maybe a model? I'm forgetting this. That's Vertex AI, right? So there are such resources that they're not part of your normal school curriculum, and some employers may also not need. Yeah. The ideal would be hire people that know what they're doing, so they come and tell you what you should do. Yeah. Anyways, so the fact that you're in DD, normally that's like a good start, right? You're going to get sources that ideally out of the class, because in today's life, what they teach in the classroom is just notes. It's a starting point, but it's not the whole thing. It's not the whole thing. Yeah, you need to build on top of it. So yeah, Andela was like that. Like, okay, I thought I was writing the code, but since there's a lot more code that I did not know, I'm not going to learn. Things like test-driven development, yeah, proper API development, and my API in this case, I do mean RESTful API that spit out JSON. But what are the standards? What's the right way to do that? So there's a lot from your day-to-day like IT skills that you have to things. And so just part of back, how did I end up in IT? I was in Budo, O-level, King's College. Udanya? Udanya? Yeah, okay, I see some in the back there. And the thing about Budo was, it had me taking my IT skills for granted. Because everyone I knew how to use the basics of it. Right? Now, I'm not throwing shade or anything. When I moved to Marcus, yeah, like day one in IT class, they asked us to create a folder on the desktop. So they asked this guy, like, create a folder on the desktop. And he's like, yeah, I do. Yeah. So I put up my clock. So I go create the folder on the desktop. Yeah, right click, new folder, done. But what had me was, he asked, like, how did you do that? Like, you genuinely wanted, or how did you create that folder? Yeah. I just like, who had been, like, the people who are around, like, in my closest circle. These are things like we all took for granted. We were all in IT, like we all did IT, like we did extra classes in IT, like it was just, we were all familiar, right? So for me, the goal was actually to work at Bank of Uganda. Surprisingly, I ended up doing some short-term work there, but in IT actually, still in automation. So I was like, okay, IT still got me to that place. If you told me I was going to work in the airline, like I've been in the airline I make a year tomorrow. So if you had told me like a year ago you work with the airline, I'd be like, get out of here. I don't imagine working in interior for the airline, right? And at times it's a question of how does one get there? Some people do not believe you find a job and you apply, because literally that's what I did. I got it on their website and applied. That was it. And some people still ask me like, how did you get in? Did you know anyone? I'm like, I did not know anyone. I just applied. That was it. You apply and yeah, if you, because I ended like very interview, like they write a mark against your name, like how you scored. If you're the highest, they're going to go. That's it. Literally, that's it, right? Yeah, so I put up these pictures here. This is a CRJ. He had mentioned the airline has 4 CRJs. Those normally do short haul flights within East Africa. They fly all the way down to South Africa. And then there's another picture. This is an Airbus, right? This is an Airbus A330 Neo. A330 800, right? Dash 800. Yes. So it's actually a very unique aircraft, the 800. 800, I think 80. It's the 880. The 880 comes from an engine form thing that is very unique if you read about the aircraft. There are not that many flying around in the world, right? But I showed you this picture simply because what's happening here, right? So this gentleman over here is offloading, right? It's offloading bags. And often it could be other things in there. I think from ground up, you may have a better idea of what's happening. that, right? And surprisingly, I was right there when that was happening, right? As an e-commerce developer, there I was around as a switch. Because the thing is, as a developer, when you start automating things, every department wants a piece, yeah? Every department wants a piece. So I was working with the guys in the commercial team, where they just have the PR and marketing. Yeah? And the PR team, basically, they run our social media. Then our social media accounts, and I help them do analytics, right? So I pull stats from all our social media accounts, in which months have we done well, which account is doing better, where am I seeing growth, yeah? Which video was it that had people completing the most, which is an area for data, ideally. Data scientists, that's what I was asking how many in the room are doing data scientists, who are doing data science. Now, the other element I've not really had time to get into is sentiment analysis, which is something you can do now with AI. And given these large language models, the barrier of entry has been lowered, right? So you can easily play with ChatGPT and do classification of this tweet. Was it negative? Was it positive? How was this person feeling? Then you can categorize. It's an idea I have, but I've not had the time to implement just yet. But things you can do, right? So what's happening here is something we refer to as the flight turnaround, right? So often these aircrafts come in, let's say a typical day, right? This aircraft may leave at 7. It's going to go to Nairobi. It's going to come back. It's going to go to Mogadishu, right? Now, when it was going to Nairobi, right, it was prepared. Baggage was loaded. It was fueled. The waters in the toilets were replaced. Food was loaded onto the aircraft based on how many passengers are booked, right? So it lands in Nairobi. The people get off. Some of the passengers come on, right? Okay. It's Nairobi, chance everyone may get off, right? And then people are going to fly from Nairobi back to Hotel. And the same process is going to happen at the end, right? Either when with enough fuel or we may get a takeoff from that end, yeah? Then they're going to fly back. And when it comes back again, we have to take off the luggage, yeah? Take off any food that was not used, because food has like an expiry time, right? So you take that food off. If you have enough fuel, they may not refuel. If you don't have, they're going to refuel at the aircraft, right? Now, when all those activities are done, it's going to now go to maybe Mogadishu, right? But our arrival time in Juba is going to be determined by how fast we fuel this aircraft or put the food on the aircraft, right? Now, I'm in IT, yeah? Where I come in is making sure we track all those times. Yeah? And then the system automatically compare with it, compare that with what time did we expect this activity to happen. Yeah, if we expect it at 9 and it's happening at 9:15, we've lost 15 minutes. So at the end of the day, we should know which activities contributed most to our delay. Aviation is a term called on-time performance. And ideally, if you're always late, anytime you land late in particular airports, you're going to be fine. So it's in our best interest to arrive there on time, right? So you need to have a good grasp on where are we late in time, like what activities are leading late. So now, being a Python developer process system, right? So it's written in Python. And I prefer to use Django. Because if I'm doing like a full stack application, I use Django. If I'm just doing like an API, then maybe I'll consider fast API. Now, the flight turnaround system also has a component because we need to know, the guys on the ground need to know the schedule of the flights that are happening that day. They need to know that this aircraft, which is parked here, they have different names. Like let's say Equator. Equator is going to Nairobi, so we need to prepare it, 1 hour in advance. Then we know that maybe Nile, which is an Airbus, it's going to go to Mumbai at this time, right? So I need to know that if this aircraft is going fast, I need to start here. That one's going to be later. So I have extra time for I need to prepare that aircraft, right? Now this schedule ideally comes from our operations control center, which is the OCC. Now, prior to my joining, they simply had a document where the flight was in. Yeah. Now, you have seen it. One has no idea what aviation is. It knows how to simply create one document, right? They're not checking for exceptions. They're not checking for errors, right? So the first thing I took on was automating that, or at least creating a simple user interface where the schedule can be. So what happens when they wake up, gone by that day, they know like I need to put it tomorrow's schedule. So they log into the system and they create a flight. Yeah. Now, of course, with the database, I have all the aircrafts, the system, right? I have all the airports we fly to in the system, along with their cities. So, like while doing this, I started to learn things like IATA codes, ICAO codes. I know what EBB means, things I did not know a year ago before I worked for the airline, right? So I know when someone says Zen, that's Zanzibar, there is Dar es Salaam, right? And basically now they just click a button. We select an aircraft, select the route it's going to fly, pick a time it's going, right? And when they're done, they just press a button and it sends an email. Now that email goes out to all the people that need to see that, or need to get that information, right? So now the guys in ground will know, okay, the flights for tomorrow have been input, but we can see what flights we have, what equipment is going to operate them, what time, right? And so basically it's a simple starting point for them. But this information is also used by CAA. So they need to know what flights the airline is operating. So when OCC presses a button, now they know previously they read the Excel, then they export it, then they send emails, send to CAA. That was just one click of a button, the system will handle that simple task of sending an email to everyone. But to get to that point, you need to have a programming language. You need to understand a programming language, whichever language that is. You have some understanding of operating systems. Cloud infrastructure. Because ideally, given my small IT department, we cannot be there like checking if our servers are running great, right? Just run the servers in the cloud, right? So that's pretty much it. I could go on, but I think I've given you just an idea of what it is, how you can get to do it. Alternatively, I would also advise, like, if you're a software developer, start a company, write an app, create a portfolio. At the end of the day, we need those services. Thank you. Okay, so say GDPR, right, which is mostly around the European Union, but they impose it the most, yeah. So the thing is, we do not store private information, right? So in aviation, what we often just keep is something called a PNR, which is just an idea of basically your booking information. This way, you're going to be flying to, it's a time going to be flying, yeah. But we try not to keep things like your age, anything that's considered private information. I'll get the exact definition of what data is considered private, but ideally, to remove the risk from the airline, not store it. Just need to know how many people are this aircraft, how many people are going to be flying this destination, right? Yeah. And maybe dietary concerns when they're doing their meal. Yes. So they have a system creates. No. We keep away from that info for those reasons. Yeah. The only place that info is when they're making a booking. Yeah. But now, ideally, we have a booking engine, right? That is based actually in Europe, right? So we let them worry about such compliance issues.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so this stuff currently, let's say Nairobi, just look up the national Uganda Airlines website, select Nairobi. So it'll ask you the original destination. Select that you're going from Nairobi. Get an email ticket, come and see us. By the time you get your tickets, there are all those payment options are there.
All right, thank you so much. We have a speakers for those that are asking questions.
Sorry, how would you be flying there? So if you're flying to Accra, yes, if I want, let me say that I want to take a flight on which airline? No. They are called freedoms. They are called freedoms in aviation. Yeah. So if it's Uganda Airlines, we are allowed to fly from Uganda Entebbe to Accra, right? But we're not allowed to fly from Entebbe to Nairobi, Accra, right? Now, the scenario you described, idea is that to be Kenya Airways, and we have to go back to Nairobi. The thing about Uganda Airlines, most of our flights from Entebbe will be direct. If you're flying from Entebbe, so you fly to Nigeria, Lagos, direct. With us, we will not stop over in Nairobi, right? Because we're Uganda Airlines, you have the right to fly from Entebbe to Lagos in Nigeria. Which scenarios? Depending on the airline. Because now you see, Kenya Airways can't fly from Nairobi to Entebbe to Lagos. The rule is they have to first go back to their hub in their country, right? Because we allow them to fly between Entebbe and Nairobi. We don't allow them to fly from Entebbe to Lagos because we need to protect, ideally, our domestic market, right? Our airline operates abroad, but if Kenya Airways is flying directly from Entebbe to Lagos, then they're directly competing with us. Yes, they do. You actually pay for every airspace you fly over, but the two concerns are different. Yeah, one is a rule of if you, let's say South African Airways, right? Your hub is in South Africa, maybe Johannesburg, right? You can fly from Johannesburg to Entebbe, but you cannot fly from Entebbe to Nairobi. Yet you're registered as a South African Airways, right? So you can look them up. They're called I think these are the 5 freedoms. Yeah, the number of freedoms, right? That govern how aviation is run. Otherwise, yeah, airlines from the US will just come and be operating from Entebbe to Nairobi. Yeah. So if you hear that someone had to go, just know that wherever it is, that, like let's say if they are going to Lagos and they flew from Entebbe to Nairobi then to Lagos, just overtake you. If they have to go to Addis, that's Ethiopia Airways, right? Because that is the hub of Ethiopia. So Ethiopia has to fly to Addis, it can't fly directly to Dubai. But Uganda Airlines, being Uganda Airlines, can fly from Entebbe.
Because also these routes are given numbers, timings. You don't just fly, let's say, Nairobi at any one time. Because they don't have a slot, maybe they don't have enough space. That's why they are timings, that's why they are finding. To just add on to this point, if you want to, before we started, you want to put MC both Ethiopian Airlines go backwards. So if before anyone wanted to go there, maybe that if they're using Egypt, first fly to Egypt. If you look like you want to come and see passengers who are doing that.
Thank you so much, everyone that asked the questions. And in case you have any more questions,
as our everybody respond to our questions, this is a QR code. It's a feedback form. We have 2 of them, but we need you guys to scan this one first and give us feedback on the session. It will help us improve the sessions. So kindly, as they respond, scan and fill out this. I'm going to be changing to a different QR code that will allow us to take a screenshot, a selfie or a picture, but with our names. So when you scan that code, the next code after this one, when you scan the code, your name pops up on the screen. And after we've all scanned the code, all our names will appear on the screen, and then we'll be able to either take.
thank you so much. Dave, and in case you have any more questions, we can have a little more time after the session because it's 1:11. Sorry for exceeding the 1:10. Our speakers are going to be around for some minutes, so you can directly come and access. Guys, just give us 10 minutes. Who wants us to access again? No? Yes. All right. Who wants those people to ask their questions? Hands up. Democracy. We should actually set a time. So I am requesting that you ask after the session. So right now, please stand at your record. Thank you so much for coming to today's session. You can clap for yourself. So let's thank our speakers, After Hyatt, Eric, for coming and spending time with us. Thank you so much. May God bless you. And right now, allow me to invite our host.
One Lima, a team from Uganda Airlines, a team from Aero. I'm so honored to have you with us. And we do this next Saturday. So, are you people willing to come back? You know? Okay, we really appreciate, and we hopefully someone picked a point, and if I personally picked, I hope he picked, she did, and everyone else in the room. So it's such an honor. In just down 1 minute, allow me to invite my chair for this event to come and just give a remark. Let's be brief as a word. As a word. And we close this off. Want to appreciate all the parties in this. My chair, please feel free to come up here. In 1 minute, the gentlemen want to take up the floors back to where I came from and close this off.
Hello. Hi, it's such a huge honor to stand. Okay, yeah, I thank you very, very much for meeting to the hall. It is such an honor, it's humbling to have everyone here for the Aero Buddies, the airlines, and GDG on campus, Macquarie University. I thank you so much, Uganda Airlines, Aero Buddies. We are so grateful for seeing such great talent in us, yeah, and we appreciate. We have taken all the advice, the insights, the lessons of second class upper, and also learned the lessons of. Okay, he told us that he had this. He was a jack of all trades, and he had to focus on one. And we are experiencing that at one point in life. You can testify. I do. Yeah, and we are not alone. He has gone through it and he has found his way. We can also find our way. So with that, I thank you again. I can't thank you enough. A gazillion times. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much, the team. Thank you so much, the guys who worked in the snacks. Thank you, registration. Thank you to our boss, our leader, Mr. Ronnie. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, is all I have to say. Thank you.
So please, sorry for being the guy that helps. So this is the second QR code. When you scan it, you will be given 3 options to enter something award. Ideally, please fill in your name, just one name, and leave out the other 2 options. Fill your name in one of the boxes of the blanks, and like Matuko has appeared, it will pop up. Just one name. Thank you.
Yes, thank you again. Thank you so much for coming through. As we close this off, we're going to close off with a photo session. Feel free, join in, interact, connect, network as we close, we round this up. A quick one, in case you've, it was a tweet, we're still trying to track it. All you've shared a hashtag on Twitter, kindly inbox the GDG group platform. For next, we have a t-shirt for you. Kindly inbox. We are trying to attract someone who is within, and you reach out to whoever you see has tags in their shirts to pick your t-shirt. We appreciate all the efforts. Unless otherwise, we call this an event, the first one with in collaboration with Aero Buddies, Uganda Airlines, DDG on campus, Makerere University, 2024. Thank you all. Thank you for coming through. Same time, next time, same place. Wait, just be on the group and have your ears open. Appreciate it. Yeah. All the best.
Let's go for the photo moment, please.